What up, Screen Fiends? I'm GB, and you're tuned in to Headz TV, where we like to discuss all the wonderful things appearing on your movie and your TV screens. In this episode, we're going to have another MCU cosmic discussion, and in this one, we're going to talk about what the Guardians of the Galaxy's role will be in the larger MCU. So in Infinity War and going forward. Okay, now I did talk a little bit about this in a previous video that I did, where I was kind of just giving my thoughts on where I thought they were gonna take Infinity War. And in this one, I just wanted to just get into the Guardians themselves, and not only the role they'll play in the Infinity War, but possibly the role that, even if it's not this Guardians, but the Guardians in general as a team will play in the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, so first let's talk about Infinity War. Now, the way I think they're going to do Infinity War, because of how Kevin Feige said we would be kind of seeing things through Thanos' eyes, he said something to that effect. I believe that Infinity War is going to kind of be broken off into segments. And I believe the first segments we're going to get are going to be that of the Guardians trying to defend the Infinity Stones against Thanos and the Black Order. So we'll probably get something on Nova and maybe something on Nowhere. Not Nova, sorry, on Xander with the Nova. So I personally don't think that the Guardians are going to be involved in what happens on Xander. I think that that's what's going to alert the Guardians to what's going on. So maybe, I don't think Xander's going to be totally destroyed, but it's going to be invaded, I think, in the beginning of the film. We'll have Thanos run up in there, take Tesseract, kill a bunch of people, probably lay waste to Glenn Close's character, but who knows. And then I think the Guardians will be alerted to that, and they'll go after Thanos, or maybe they'll go after them during the attack on Xander and try and stop it, and ultimately fail. So, while I like to believe that the Collector is just going to give the Infinity Stone to Thanos, part of me is thinking that that's just not in his character, and he is a powerful being, at least in the comics. So I don't know if one of the elders of the universe is just going to hand over an Infinity Stone when he obviously covets it. And we don't know if he's after them all, because he says, 1 down, 5 to go, or whatever, when they give him the ether. So we don't know if he's got his own plans, or if he was collecting them for Thanos. We don't really know what's going on there. But I'm going to guess that he was collecting them for his own thing, because I do believe the elders are going to come into play in a big way in the cinematic universe. I'll do a video, actually, I don't know, next day or two. It'll be part of the 4th Be With You extravaganza, and it'll be all about the elders and the Celestials. I'll probably put them into one video. Alright, so, and then I think the Guardians are going to follow Thanos or track him or whatever to Earth. And that will be the Guardians' first time on Earth. They'll meet the Avengers, all of that, blah, blah, blah. Alright, now I already said that in a previous video, so it's nothing new for me, and that's why I'm kind of just rambling through it. So if you want to hear my thoughts on that a little bit more in depth, then go check out my video on Infinity War and what I think will possibly happen in Infinity War. Okay, so then after that, they help out on Earth and they drive Thanos away. I think they're going to actually go after Thanos, because I think he's going to be without the gauntlet by the end of Infinity War. So I think they're actually going to go after Thanos. And maybe this, will even bring us into Guardians 3, which will be the case. Because I can see Thanos being a big part of that, seeing as how Nebula and Gamora are both attached to Thanos, and you can't really do any deep storytelling in Infinity War, because it has its own story it needs to tell, and it's so big and so grand. You don't really have room for all of that. So I think it'll come up a little bit, of course, in Infinity War, probably quite a bit. But I think it would lend even better to having it be part of the theme for Guardians 3 and bringing Thanos as a main character into that also. So yeah, I think that that's how it's going to end, is they're going to leave and Quill is going to have to make a tough choice on, do I stay on my home planet Earth or do I continue to follow my destiny out in the stars? And of course, he's going to go back with his family, right? Okay, so, and then after that, of course, I do think they're going to be involved in the follow-up to Infinity War, which I believe will be Infinity Gauntlet or something like that, where it's going to be the closure of that story. Because as I say in my predictions video, my semi kind of predictions video, that I think it's going to end with the Gauntlet and all the stones on Earth with the newly formed or forming Illuminati, which with a different name. There's no way they're going to call it the Illuminati in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. No. Not with all the secret society connotations and all that. No way. They probably won't even have a name. You know what I mean? But I bet you that Tony makes a reference to the Illuminati or secret societies. Okay. So then I think they will be involved in that heavily in the follow-up, the Infinity Gauntlet. Now, see, here's the thing, though. I believe that movie, the follow-up to Infinity War, is going to come out before Guardians 3. So that squashes my Thanos being part of Guardians 3 theory. And I'm just realizing this as I'm making this video. So let's squash that idea of Thanos being a big part of Guardians 3. Because he I think will be taken out in the follow-up to Infinity War. Maybe not killed, though. So anything's possible. But, how do you defeat Thanos, really, without, ultimately killing him after he comes back for revenge, you got to do it. You got to kill him because he's just going to come back again. All right. So I think in that follow-up where we're going to get Thanos coming back for the Gauntlet, we'll get Guardians coming back to Earth. So maybe they were in between those two Infinity movies. Maybe Guardians is out looking for Thanos and unable to get him. And, once again, they follow him back to Earth, or I don't know. That would be repetitive if they do that twice. So I'm not really sure. But, all right. So they're going to be heavily involved in that one. Maybe Nebula will end up with the Gauntlet. Maybe that'll be what drives part 3, because I do feel like phase 4 of the Marvel Universe, even though I don't think they're going to be calling it phase 4 anymore, but the phase 4 is going to be where they're going to now split the Marvel Universe into kind of 2 franchises in one. We'll have the Marvel Galaxy, the Marvel Cosmic side, where we deal with all things in outer space, and then we'll have the Earth side, where we deal with all the Avengers, and then we'll have a few characters that bridge the gap. This is all, I did all predictions for this, and I have a phase 4 prediction video where all this is in that as well. So, that's how I think they're going to do it. So, Guardians 3, I think, is going to be great closure for the team we have. I do believe we're going to get the backstories for Rocket and Groot and maybe Drax, but I don't know. I don't know if Drax is going to make it out of the Infinity Saga, honestly. There's got to be some casualties, and they can't all be Avengers. So if anybody from the Guardians team is going to go, it's going to be Drax. Even though he's the comic relief, but they have backup comic relief, and they can always add a new character for comic relief. I love Drax, and I love Dave Bautista, even though they don't utilize him action enough, which is surprising. You have Dave Bautista in a role of Drax the Destroyer. John Campea at Collider actually talked about this, I don't know, last week or something. You have Dave Bautista in the role of Drax the Destroyer, and he doesn't really fight a lot. Even, I mean, like, this is what I'm hearing for the second movie. I didn't see it yet. I try to stay away from spoilers, but, you gotta watch a review here and there, and that was spoiled to me in a review that Drax isn't in enough action. But if you think of the first movie, he didn't have tons of cool action in the first movie either. He had a little bit. So, whatever. So, Guardians 3, I think is going to be a big focus on Rocket and Groot and who they are, right? Because we've found out who Quill is, and we've kind of gotten closure on Quill. And I believe Nebula and Gamora will get closure in the Infinity Saga. So, and then I think Drax will also die, but I think he'll get some sort of closure because maybe he'll be the one to actually physically kill Thanos. I don't know. I don't think he's a big enough character to be the one to kill Thanos, but he's the one I think that has the biggest personal gripe with him at this moment. Who knows by then? So yeah, I think that's what I think Guardians 3 is going to be. Of course, all our favorite characters will be there, except maybe Drax. And we'll get a lot more backstory for Rocket and Groot, maybe even visit the homeworld. And it'll be a closure for the team. How is it going to be closure for the team? I don't know. I don't know how they would, because James Gunn is talking about them being disbanded or being a new team by the end. So who knows? Maybe Rocket and Groot decide to go live back on Groot's planet, or I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna play that out. Quill and Gamora get married and live a life on Earth. I really have no idea how they're gonna do that, but I doubt they're gonna kill off all the characters. But I think the Guardians, though, whether it be this team or the new team, are going to play the hugest role in that cosmic side of the galaxy, where they're going to be the, the linchpin, the main characters driving that plot along, just like Avengers are on Earth. Do I think there's going to be other characters introduced for the cosmic side? Yeah, but who knows? They might join the Guardians too. Like Adam Warlock, I'm sure they have to bring him in. It's the MCU Cosmic. Come on. And then the Sovereign, I heard that they're basically Adam Warlock's race. So they got to bring in Warlock eventually. And maybe he'll end up being part of the new Guardians. Who knows? So I'm very interested to see where they're going to go in the future with the Guardians. But I think they're going to play a really big role in the cosmic side going forward, where we're going to start to see a lot more movies come out taking place in the outer space realm. Not only with Miss Marvel, but I think there's going to be a surge of new cosmic characters invented. And I even think Marvel made a deal on the sly with Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer and all that. So I think we're going to get this whole new side of Marvel opening up during Phase 4. And that's why it's not going to be Phase 4. It's going to be Marvel Cosmic and then Marvel Earth. That's probably not what they're going to call them, but you get what I'm saying. And I think Guardians will be the main focus of the cosmic, and Avengers will be the main focus of Earth, and then there will be those in-between characters like Doctor Strange, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Fantastic Four, if I'm right about those rights, Silver Surfer, who are characters that can kind of, be used anywhere, whether it be on Earth or any dimension or realm or outer space or whatever. And then we still have Thor and all that. He might be part of the cosmic side too. I can see that because he fits right in. All right, that's it for this video. Enough of me rambling. Let me know what you think about the Guardians of the Galaxy and the role that they're going to play in the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward. From Infinity War on. Let me know what you think about this video. Anything I could do to improve, change it, make it better, anything at all. Yep, that's it. So sound off down below. Don't forget to give me, throw me a like, share, subscribe if you like the content, if you like the channel, and if you're a fan. Because, the way YouTube is set up, it's set up in a way where it treats me better the more activity goes on. So the more, the more that you guys communicate with me and interact with the channel, the more favorable YouTube looks at the channel, and then the more they push my videos and stuff to get me out there more, and that way I can, make more and more videos on a daily basis. All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks again for watching. Always appreciated. Yep, that's it for this one. I will see you next time.